Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Kat. I'm outside. I wanted to record this video as soon as I could because I want it to be raw emotion. I am not in shock, but in fucking shock that Aaron Carter's dead. Like, all of us in this community have called this for so freaking long and nobody did anything about it. And now it's too late. Now it's too late. Addiction is a real disease, you guys. It's a real, honest disease that not enough people take seriously. They like to laugh and joke. And yeah, it's funny to have a laugh at somebody else's expense. I'm guilty of that. I've watched every single Aaron Carter video that I could find where he's falling down and making like a fool of himself and all the other things. But now that he's passed away, I'm sure that everybody's going to be like, wah wah, Aaron Carter, wah wah. And it's too late. It's too late. Like it is with addicts. It's a terrible thing. We've all, in this community, we've all just been sitting around, TikTok, kind of just waiting for this exact thing to happen because we all knew that it was going to happen. And if you didn't know that this was going to happen, you're seriously some sort of stuck in friggin' Wonderland because everybody called this. I feel absolutely horrible that he has passed away, but I'm a recovering addict, so I could call it as it is. And everybody who wasn't, that is or was an addict, could call this shit. Especially 2 days ago, Aaron got pulled over by the cops because his girlfriend called the police saying that he was driving impaired, huffing computer duster, I do believe. And the cops pulled his car apart, pulled him over on the side of the road, and TMZ got pictures of it. So it came out in the public that Aaron Carter was huffing duster, and everybody was making videos about Aaron Carter huffing duster, and the people could just see that this was not going to end well. His life went downhill so friggin' fast. He looked like a literal skeleton in that video where he was getting pulled over by the cops. At his concerts, he looked like a fucking skeleton. His face, like he had absolutely no fat in his face, on his body, and nobody called that shit out. Everybody was just like, woo, Aaron Carter! Aaron Carter! Woo, woo! You're doing so well, you look so good, you look so sexy and healthy. Blah, blah. And that is absolutely so far from the way that reality was in Aaron Carter's life. And now, here we all are, making this video because the poor guy is fucking dead. There's gonna be so many people that are like, oh, I was gonna be taking him to treatment and he should have reached out to me for help, and if he would have just reached out, I would have helped him. And there's, in order to help an addict, an addict has to admit that they have a problem. And that's the number one thing that he just wouldn't admit. He was just on Adam 22's podcast, 2 days ago? And Adam 22 said, so you're Cali sober? And Aaron was like, yeah, I'm Cali sober and it's been doing me so good. And meanwhile, he was so fucked up on that video that he was slurring. He couldn't keep his eyes open. You could see, like, just throughout the length of the video, either the drugs are wearing off or the drugs are kicking in. I haven't decided which one I believe it is. It was one or the two. The drugs are wearing off or the drugs are kicking in. One of the two. I feel so terrible about this. Terrible for us, for the kid that Aaron has, who now has no fucking father. Terrible for the mom, Jane, who in her own way fucked him up by herself a long time ago, for like pimping him out to, you know, all the old men that could get their hands on him. But, you know, that's neither here nor there, because when you're an adult, it's up to you to take things into your own hands and take responsibility for your own life so that you can further your life on your own and not make yourself a fool all the time, like he was every day on social media. And at the same time, him doing that, in my opinion, is a serious call for help. He could not turn off that screen. I don't feel bad for Mel, because Mel enabled this kid so much. Like, the wisest thing that Mel did or could have done was to call the cops on Aaron yesterday, or the day before yesterday. And the unfortunate thing of doing that, for calling him out on his shit, is this. He couldn't live with what is going on in his life. And that is so incredibly unfortunate. Like, not just for him, Aaron Carter, the person, but for, you know, the whole thing of people that have mental health problems. Because a lot of people have that same sort of personality where they just can't come to grips with the reality that they've created for themselves, that when they get called out on it, and this disillusioned form of reality that they have comes crashing down on them, they usually can't take it, and they end up found in their bathtub, which is fuck, man. I'm in shock. I'm in shock, even though we all know it was coming, because we all know it was coming. It was just like tick tock, waiting on the days, and that day now has come. So it's like, it's wild. It's wild. You know, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like a friggin' car accident or a train wreck waiting to happen. You can see it coming and waiting. You know it's gonna happen. And then when it fucking blows up in front of you, you're like, what? Whoa, man, like, how'd that happen? Why'd that happen? But you knew it was gonna happen, because we all knew that was going to happen at some point, and here it's happened, and it's fucking, it's crazy, man. Death is never a fun experience. And, you know, there's going to be a lot of LMGs out there that are highly devastated. Like, Crystal Zan, I couldn't even imagine. Like, or like Trisha Licious. Jenny, oh God. Tika, oh. I can't even imagine how invested these people are in the life of Aaron Carter, and that life just be like poof, taken away, and that's it. The last visions that you have of this person are not really pleasant to see, because you can seriously see the person in front of you killing themselves, and they're your friend, and you're like, stop killing my friend, and they're not listening to you. Or, you know, like him, he didn't even think that he had a problem. So when somebody has a problem that serious and they're that disillusioned from reality, it's very, very hard to bring them in, to reel them back to actual reality, that sometimes it never happens. Like, Aaron was so far gone with how he perceived life to be, that he was this incredibly successful celebrity, and that's so far from the reality of Aaron Carter of 2022. You know, like, again, you know, death is a very unfortunate thing, but now he's dead. And now I seriously hope people can see that when somebody has an addiction as serious as that addiction that he had, you gotta do what you can do to make them understand, or take them seriously. 5150 them. Put them in a fucking conservatorship. I know you guys tried. I know his family tried, but they just ended up getting restraining orders against him and being like, hey, we don't want to fucking deal with that crazy person anymore. He's out of our lives. And that's literally probably the worst thing that you can do. Woohoo! Parking lot dime. That usually means an angel has dropped by to see you when you find a dime. So somebody's looking down on me from up there. Anyways, I'm gonna close out my video. I'm still so freaking shocked, man. It's like, again, like I was just watching a train accident, and I knew it was coming. I knew the train's right there. I can see the train coming, but you don't know when it's gonna roll back. You don't know you don't know how it's gonna end, but you can see a train accident coming towards you. And that's how this feels. I'm just like, boom. Anyways, you know, leave a like, leave a comment how Aaron Carter affected your life, and we'll start a thread down there. Love you guys, mean it. Goodbye.